Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and today I'm joined by special guest and collaborator ZKA. Links to his creator content in the description. And today we are playing
Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, you run very fast, run. That is a demon from the underworld.
and I'm about to get bad.
You're about to get got.
It's crushing my arm. And yep, there goes my arm.
Wait, what? Is that scripted?
Yep, that's scripted. And now you're grabbed. The enhanced C virus.
Am I just a sitting duck?
Where's the thing? Freaking camera. You're probably gonna get crushed because I can't find the thing I'm supposed to grab. There it is. Yes, give me that. And I guess I'm about to get super bug powers.
Do you remember this?
Yep, this is the second reason I want to be Piers.
You want alien powers? Why don't you cocoon?
Okay, so good news is my health regenerates to full. Bad news is I can't sprint. I have no combat gauge. Oh, I remember what I have to do here.
Pressure to regulation depressurization initialized.
Oh, it's smaller now, but it's still regenerating. So, big glowing spots, weak points, aim for them.
Piers, we have to fight it. Try to stay in control.
But I don't see any.
Ow. Yeah, on it, at its sides, like where its kidneys would be. There we go, we got it. You are not regenerating. No, no you are not. Don't shoot at it for a minute. There we go.
Now's our chance. Fire!
Go for the spots, go for the spots. So yes, the good news is my health regenerates to full. The bad news is this new lightning power of mine actually drains my health to use.
Oh,
And like I said, I have no combat gauge, so I can't sprint. I can't use any of my weapons either. Are you even looking at the boss? He's not dead. This is a... We have to do this to him several times. Whoa, acid spit. Watch it. Yeah, he'll do that too. Whoa! Oh, man, I caught that one in my face. Good thing I can heal. Whoa! Where are those weak points? Ooh, he's stunned. Show me your weak spot. Oh, it's on his left side. His right one's down. Gotcha! Get away from his torso and his legs as they recombine. There's an explosion. Ooh. Charge up and let her rip. about another? That's his
How many
second.
points does he have?
He's got one more weak point. But we might have to hit him again after that. I think there's like a big dramatic, we both have to hit him for the last one. Alright, you can't hit him while he's like that. We have to let him regen again.
Well, let me know when I can.
Yeah, Piers is not looking good. He's got a big bug spiked arm coming out of him. Alright, he's out of the cocoon. Again, glowing red things where his kidneys ought to be. Ooh. Back up from those. Those are basically like mines. Popping them. Repositioning. His hand is blocking my shots. Not that this weapon is super accurate to begin with. Come on, pop. Alright, one's down. Ooh, I gotta lay off firing. Let my health regen. I can't take pills either. I'm totally reliant on the sea virus to heal me. Alright. Watch the bat. Watch. There we go. Alright. And charge it up. And let her rip. Oh, don't. You're kidding me. Not from that distance. There we go. And for his last thing. Alright, yeah, you gotta crawl over while I'm singing. I basically have to keep this up until you get here. I can only hold him off. Spin! Spin like a madman! Almost. Yes! That was weird. Okay. So, we might die in the next section, because the next section has a weird thing, but we've checkpointed, so we don't have to do that again.
Come on, just stay with me. You're gonna be okay.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Does Piers die?
I did it. For the BSAA. For the future.
I know. You did a real good thing.
As long as you...
I don't want to hear it. We're both getting out of here, right? Let's go.
So yeah, there are these like fleshy barriers that I have to shoot through. Problem is, it slows me down a bunch.
You hear me?
And we have to get through in time because the place is like flooding behind us or something.
Warning. Facilities infrastructure compromised. Unable
Yeah,
to
those
restore
barriers I have to
water
shoot through, but I have to do my charge shot
All
to get through them.
personnel, please evacuate immediately.
And that takes a second, and I can't sprint.
Stand back, Captain! I can kill it now!
Alright, go. Go. Oh, God.
Warning. Facilities infrastructure compromised. Unable to withstand water pressure.
Come on. Yeah, can I go under the barrier game, please? What was that? Like I said, this section might kill us once or twice because it's kind of garbage. Especially after that boss fight to have us put up with this.
Complete.
Wait,
Unsealing
nope.
doors
There we go.
now.
We're gonna get you through this, Piers. You hear me?
Warning. Facilities infrastructure compromised. Unable to withstand water pressure. All personnel, please evacuate immediately.
Stand back, Captain! I can kill this thing!
Warning. Facilities infrastructure compromised. Unable to withstand water pressure. All personnel, please evacuate immediately.
Oh, again? Oh, okay. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Sorry about that. It's I'm trying to do the slide, and it doesn't want me to do the slide. It wants me to just interact with the low-hanging obstacle, which is kind of garbage. Although I can understand why Piers can't do the slide, because he's not doing good.
Warning. Facilities
Are you telling me they got teleported back?
unable to withstand water pressure. All personnel, please evacuate immediately.
Like, Piers not being able to run for this section is a bit of a problem.
Stand back, Captain! I can kill this thing!
Warning. Facilities infrastructure compromised. Unable to withstand water pressure. All personnel, please evacuate immediately. Warning. Facilities infrastructure compromised.
Oh, I don't like how this is going.
All personnel, please evacuate immediately.
Alright, we're there. If this pad doesn't... okay.
I triggered the cutscene.
Just go!
No. You're gonna be okay. We're almost there.
This is a big hero guy, Chris.
Escape pods. See that? We'll be out of here in no time.
Do I have to do something?
No, this is just cutscene.
What's happening to him?
Come on.
Well, you saw what happened to Simmons.
Got it.
Piers was
gonna
infected with the
explode?
same strain.
Here we go, Piers. We're getting out of here.
Oh.
He's not turning into a meat lion, but yeah, it's a very mutagenic form of the sea virus.
Piers! No, don't do this!
Open the door!
God damn it! Listen to me! We can still both get out of here! There's still time! What are you doing? No, Piers, don't! You can still make it out! God damn it, Piers!
No! Piers, open the goddamn door! That's an order! Piers!
So is this the first and last Resident Evil game Piers was in?
Yep. It's not quite over yet. Gameplay-wise it is, but Chris is not entirely out of the woods.
Am I gonna have to do this solo?
No, I just said the game is over gameplay-wise. This is a cutscene. Piers saves Chris one last time.
And then dies?
Well, Piers knew he was infected, he knew the mutation would eventually run out of control, and he couldn't trust that he would be able to control himself when it had run its course, so he chose to die down there in the facility to make sure that his C-virus infection wouldn't threaten any other human life. The BSAA's mission is to fight bioterror and bioorganic weapons, and Piers was forced to become a bioorganic weapon to save Chris at the cost of his life. So, in terms of the deeper meaning, like, the big hero here to some extent is Piers, who chose to make the ultimate sacrifice to save Chris. But Chris is the symbolic hero. He is the guy who inspires people to join the BSAA and to fight bioterror in the first place. So it's one of those things where Chris is a big symbol of the fight against bioterror, but ultimately, whether or not he's actually a hero is a matter of interpretation. Piers ultimately died a hero.
So now did the credits just roll for another, like, 10 minutes?
Well, we have a post-credit scene, again. Thanks, Marvel, for making that the norm. Great way to hold people in to watch the credits. It's like, oh yeah, there's more plot, but you gotta wait till the credits roll to see it. So yes, I wanted to play Piers for two reasons. One, giant anti-material sniper rifle, and two, I get a bug arm that shoots lightning. And I wanted to keep that one a secret because, first of all, if I had said that at the start of this route, you would have been like, excuse me, what?
Not wrong.
A bug arm that shoots lightning. What have you been drinking?
Since this is all probably going to be cut out, I was going to say, I was probably going to say how much Sniffy Duster have you had today?
The Juavo. Actually a good enemy type, and I've had a revelation with regards to the mechanics of this game, that the internal mechanics of how it functions are actually really well done. Gameplay-wise, it's not a bad game. I think the reason it gets so much hate that it does is because it doesn't feel or behave or handle like a Resident Evil game, or like the Resident Evil games had up until that point. So, it's not that the game is bad, it's just that a lot of people probably felt that this would have been great for something that wasn't Resident Evil. I mean, I'm kind of curious if other games, like what engine this is exactly, or what mod of an engine, and if any other games used it, because the cover mechanics are solid, the evasion mechanics are solid, the melee mechanics, it all works really well. And if this was the only game that got applied to, I'd say that was kind of a wasted potential.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, on controller especially, you can go from shooting into dodging seamlessly, you can move around on the ground after dodging, you've got a dodge slide and a sprint, like, everything just kind of gels together perfectly and works. But Resident Evil games, whether they be action-oriented, because the weird thing, the classic Resident Evil fans were upset about how the franchise moved from survival horror progressively into more of an action-oriented setting. However, those very same action-oriented games printed more money than the survival horror ones that came before them. And I think it was one of those instances of it became popular, so mechanics and themes were changed to appeal to a broader audience because they knew they could sell to a broader audience. And those who appreciated the purity of the original format were put off by that, because it's like, it wasn't broke, why did you fix it? Because Resident Evil 4, when it released, was a legend. In my day, it was talked about non-stop, like this, sort of like Metal Gear Solid 2 is this revolution in gaming. I think it's 4th gen that had PlayStation 2. That was a major turning point in game design and development. Where
Jeez, how long are these credits?
Well, games take a lot to put together. I mean, look, you got a facial scan for the acting. Some guys had to have dots put on their face and perform in front of an infrared camera. CG movie artists. Pre-visualization. I mean, for us, it's just buttons on a controller and a bunch of stuff happens on screen, but when you get to the nitty-gritty of how to make a game work, I mean, oh my god, there is so much that has to go into it, and it's why, in my recordings, I like to let the credits roll, because people put their heart and soul into making these games happen, and especially today, where the time budget is ridiculous, and the money budget is absurd. The dedication that game makers have to put in to actually make a game, given how little they're paid and how much they're overworked, they deserve credit. And I like letting the credits roll most of the time, because, you know what? You know, I'm going to give them their credit. I'm going to give them their due, because they made it happen. And I appreciate it. User interface artists. So there were artists behind the UI. 5 or 6 of them. Behind the UI. 5 animators. In-game cinematic artists. Were they designing CG models, or were they conceptual artists? Military advisors. A separate motion capture studio. Oh my god, like... Was everybody except the Chrysler Corporation involved in making this game? This part...
What movie did you say, like, the credits roll for as long as the movie is?
Oh, the Lord of the Rings Special Edition. Because the Special Edition...
Like an hour and a half of credits?
Yes! Of course, the thing is, the notion of it running as long as the movie is not entirely true, because the Special Edition Lord of the Rings run for like 3.5 hours. That's per movie of a trilogy. If you were going to binge watch that in a day, you'd have to, like, wake up, start watching it within, like, 2 hours, and then you'd be going to bed immediately after you were done watching it.
If you didn't let the credits roll?
God, I mean, they're just so long. Because here's the weird part. The Lord of the Rings... A lot of people complained that it was compressed a lot to make it fit into a film time frame, and even the special editions still show a lot of compression of the details from the novels. 3 books into 3 movies, which in the special edition were 2-parters per movie. Yet The Hobbit, which was effectively a short story that was a prequel to Lord of the Rings, 1 book, got stretched into 3 films. And you can tell when you're watching The Hobbit that it overstays its welcome, because it's like, do we need this? Move along, move along. And the way they were able to stretch it into 3 films, apart from adding a thing here or there, was to basically do the book, like, literally not cut anything out at all, do the book word for word in film format, and you start to appreciate the cutting they did for Lord of the Rings, because it's like, wow, the pacing just became glacial for some reason, while our characters sing songs to each other and talk about local mythology. Do we really need this?
Yes.
I mean, I thought Lord of the Rings was well-paced, and I'm not a guy who read the original Lord of the Rings. Partly because, ideologically, me and Tolkien don't see eye to eye, aside from the fact that I'm more sci-fi than fantasy. Because Tolkien, the writer of the books, was very anti-industrial. He, I think, grew up during, like, the worst part of the Industrial Revolution, when there was just smog and pollution and gross. And he felt that industrialization was destroying human culture and the natural beauty of the world, and the villains in Lord of the Rings are very industrial. Saruman, the White Wizard, literally manufactures an army, the Uruk-hai, to fight his battles. And he burns down the forest in the process of forging their armor and their weapons. And it's like, I'm pro-industrial. Sorry, folks, but it's true, because human civilization, at the population we have swelled to, could not survive without machines. We are social cyborgs. If you took the machines and the electronics and the industry out of our lives, you would have mass deaths.
Okay, quick question. What does Valve have to do with this game?
Physics. I think they borrowed Source Engine for some of the physics. Well, I mean,
what?
you'd be amazed. Pretty much all games that exist today have physics and engine features that can either be traced back to Unreal, which is Epic's property, or they can be traced back to Valve and Half-Life, or Half-Life, Valve's property. They sort of made the base engine upon which all physics engines subsequently are built on top of.
So this is after
Yep.
everything?
He's back in the bar, but instead of drinking, he's enjoying a steak. He's not drunk. He's not blocking painful memories or has amnesia. And his team is ready. His new team, because, man, his teams get wiped out a lot.
Captain. We've received new orders.
The fight against bioterrorism continues.
Yes, only eat
Better
one
get
bite
to
of your
it, then.
steak.
Yes, sir.
That poor cow died for nothing. It died so you could eat one morsel.
Resident Evil 6.
A rank on my end, B rank on yours. 56 enemies routed. But my accuracy, though. Oh. Well, that's it for this video. If you like the content I create, consider subscribing and consider sending some support in the direction of my collaborator, ZKA. I hope you'll come back for the next video, and as always, fare thee well.